Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Oh, yeah, motherfuckers. Oh, yeah, I'm back. This is your main man, Mr. Can You Dig It, Baton Rouge Mill. And I'm back with a couple hot ticks of these motherfucking politics. Hit that motherfucking subscribe button, nigga.
Yeah.
Lock his ass up.
Never been friends.
Lock her ass up too. Melania Trump, your green card being a bitch. Lock her funk ass up.
Epstein Queen, Epstein Queen, kissing on the lips, living that scene. She says, never friends with a straight face lie, but the files got Trump by the balls. That's why she was smiling near the ear, hand on his chest, kissing Epstein beat, while the cameras click the rest. Now she's on TV, saying we were never close, but the photos got her looking like the perfect host. Epstein wasn't just a friend, he was the key, held the dirt on Trump that nobody else could see. Every wild party, every private flight. Now Netanyahu owns the White House day and night. Epstein Queen, Epstein Queen, kissing on the lips, living that scene. She says, never friends with a straight face lie, but the files got Trump by the balls. That's why Netanyahu got the tapes, got the photos, got the proof. Now he pulls the strings and Trump jumps through the roof. Told him by my ring, start the war like the fuse. Trump said, yes sir, no way he could refuse. Because of Melania's nights with the devil in the dark, we're stuck in this war, watching missiles fly apart. She played the perfect wife while the blackmail ran deep. Now Iran pays the price for secrets that she keeps. Sacred defense. Epstein Queen, Netanyahu's dream. Trump can't say no, we see the strings. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. He posted himself as Jesus.
Lock his ass
Thought
up.
I was just the doctor. Fake Jesus, fake Jesus. You put on the robe and the glowing light, pretending to heal while you start the fight. I ran on this Jesus, the pure and the true. You mock the faith, what a shame from you. You attack the Pope, calling weak and confused, and drop that AI pick like you're the one who's been chosen. White robe, shining hands, healing the man, while your bombs fall on that children in Iran. The Pope stands tall, says he's not afraid of you. You keep playing savior like the whole world is fooled. You think you're holy? Nah, you're just a clown, pretending to be Christ while you tear the world down. Fake Jesus, fake Jesus. You put on the robe and the glowing light, pretending to heal while you start the fight. I ran on this Jesus, the pure and the true. You mock the fate, what a shame from you. In Iran, we respect Jesus, the Messiah, the light, a prophet of mercy, a message so bright. You twist it for clout, turn it into a meme while you push for more war and more suffering. You act like the chosen, but the signs are all wrong. Playing antichrist games while the real one stays strong. You delete the post quick when the backlash gets
Lock his ass up.
You're just another proud sacred defense. Yeah. I've never been friends with Epstein, but the pictures tell a different story. Epstein Queen, kissing on the lips, living that scene. She says, never friends with a straight face lie, but the files got Trump by the balls. That's why she was smiling near the ear, hand on his chest, kissing Epstein beat, while the cameras click the rest. Now she's on TV, saying we were never close, but the photos got her looking like the perfect host. Epstein wasn't just a friend, he was the key, held the dirt on Trump that nobody else could see. Every wild party, every private flight. Now Netanyahu owns the White House day and night. Epstein Queen, kissing on the lips, living that scene. She says, never friends with a straight face lie, but the files got Trump by the balls. That's why Netanyahu got the tapes, got the photos, got the proof. Now he pulls the strings and Trump jumps through the roof. Told him by my ring, start the war like the fuse. Trump said, yes sir, no way he could refuse. Because of Melania's nights with the devil in the dark, we're stuck in this war, watching missiles fly apart. She played the perfect wife while the blackmail ran deep. Now Iran pays the price for secrets that she keeps. Sacred defense. Epstein Queen. Netanyahu's dream. Trump can't say no, we see the strings. Yeah.
Oh, and then they did this video that they called Trump Fake Jesus. We'll play this one right here.
Yeah. He posted himself as Jesus. Yeah. Then said I was just the doctor. Fake Jesus, fake Jesus. You put on the robe and the glowing light, pretending to heal while you start the fight. I ran on this Jesus, the pure and the true. You mock the faith, what a shame from you. You attack the Pope, calling weak and confused, and drop that AI pick like you're the one who's been chosen. White robe, shining hands, healing the man, while your bombs fall on our children in Iran. The Pope stands tall, says he's not afraid of you. You keep playing savior like the whole world is fooled. You think you're holy? Nah, you're just a clown, pretending to be Christ while you tear the world down. Fake Jesus, fake Jesus. You put on the robe and the glowing light, pretending to heal while you start the fight. I ran on this Jesus, the pure and the true. You mock the fake, what a shame from you. In Iran we respect Jesus, the Messiah, the light, a prophet of mercy, a message so bright. You twist it for clout, turn it into a meme, while you push for more war and more suffering. You act like the chosen, but the signs are all wrong, playing antichrist games while the real ones stay strong. You delete the post quick when the backlash gets loud, but we see the truth, you're just another proud. Sacred defense, we honor the real one. You fake it for clout, yeah.
Oh, look, America. We need to go ahead and lock their motherfucking ass up. Donald Trump and his whole motherfucking administration. Donald Trump is sending death threats to the Pope brother and him. The bitch is the Antichrist. Put the handcuffs on his motherfucking ass. Lock.
Pope Leo XIV is furious at Donald Trump and his despicable regime of war criminals. Pope Leo XIV is in Cameroon, where he gave his most powerful speech yet, striking back at Donald Trump and Hegseth and the entire regime. This comes on the same day that Pope Leo XIV's brother in the United States just received death threats as Donald Trump and his regime continue to attack the Pope. Donald Trump sends proxies on American media to attack the Pope, and now Pope Leo XIV's brother is getting death threats. Now, this also comes as Pope Leo XIV is believed to have been getting death threats directly from Donald Trump and Trump's regime of war criminals. It has been reported that in January, the Trump regime summoned Pope Leo XIV's top ambassador to the United States and said that we will turn this Pope, we will turn this papacy into the same papacy in the 14th century where the French killed the Pope in Avignon, the Avignon papacy. And that's what we're going to do to Pope Leo XIV if you don't get in line. If he continues to criticize Donald Trump, if he's not going to show up to the American 250th anniversary, if he's going to continue to be critical of what we're doing. Yeah, you remember the what happened to the French in the 14th century? That's what we're going in Avignon. That's what we're going to do here. So Pope Leo XIV, though, is not afraid. He's not deterred at all. In Cameroon, he just gave this speech moments ago where he called out. This is what he said. He said, "Blessed are the peacemakers, but woe to those who manipulate religion and the very name of God for their own military, economic, or political gain." And obviously, he's talking about Trump and Hegseth and J.D. Vance. Vance converted to Catholicism. Watch Pope Leo XIV moments ago in Cameroon. Let's play it.
Jesus told us, "Blessed are the peacemakers, but woe to those who manipulate religion in the very name of God for their own military, economic, or political gain, dragging that which is sacred into darkness and filth." Yes, my dear sisters and brothers, you who hunger and thirst for justice, who are poor, merciful, meek, and pure of heart, you who have wept, you are the light of the world.
And then he doesn't stop there. Pope Leo XIV talks about how the world is being ravaged by a handful of tyrants. I think he's focused on Trump and Putin, but here, play this clip, and Netanyahu, here, play this clip right here.
The world is being ravaged by a handful of tyrants, yet is held together by a multitude of supportive brothers and sisters. They are the descendants of Abraham, as numerous as the stars in the sky and the grains of sand on the seashore. Let us look into each other's eyes. We are this immense people. Peace is not something we must invent. It is something we must embrace by accepting our neighbor as our brother and as our sister.
More from Pope Leo XIV. He talks about the masters of war pretend not to know that it takes only a moment to destroy. More powerful words. Here, play this clip.
The masters of war pretend not to know that it takes only a moment to destroy. Yet often, a lifetime is often not enough to rebuild. They turn a blind eye to the fact that billions of dollars are spent on killing, on devastation, yet the resources needed for healing, education, and restoration are nowhere to be found.
Oh, look at America. Donald Trump is sending bomb threats to Pope Leo II. Sending bomb threats to Pope Leo motherfucking brother house. We need to put the handcuffs on that son of a bitch. Kick him in his motherfucking ass. Lock his motherfucking...
Today, Hegseth was justifying the war crimes committed by Trump and Netanyahu by citing sermons, by citing the Pharisees and saying the media is like the Pharisees who went after Jesus. And he goes, when I was at church this weekend, it's just fascinating because I'm thinking how the media here that does fake news, they're like the Pharisees and they're like the people who attack Jesus. So now comparing Trump to Jesus, this is what is happening in this really religious extremist regime, war criminal regime of the Trump regime. Here, play Hegseth's clip right here.
This past Sunday, I was sitting in church with my family, and our minister preached from the book of Mark, the 3rd chapter. And in the passage, Jesus entered a synagogue and healed a man with a withered hand. The Pharisees came to watch. And as the scripture reads, they came to see whether Jesus, would heal him, or he would heal him on the Sabbath, so that they might accuse him. You see, the Pharisees, the so-called and self-appointed elites of their time, they were there to witness, to write everything down, to report. But their hearts were hardened. Even though they witnessed a literal miracle, it didn't matter. They were only there to explain away the goodness in pursuit of their agenda. As the passage ends, the Pharisees went out and immediately held counsel against him, how to destroy him. I sat there in church and I thought, our press are just like these Pharisees.
And then he just continues to say, nothing gets foisted on Donald Trump. Here, play this clip.
The idea of Operation Epic Fury, not a single thing has been foisted upon the President of the United States. President Trump makes his own decisions about the interests of this country and defending our interests, and then working with allies and partners, in this case, Israel, who's got a lot of will and a lot of capabilities, which we're grateful for.
And then just more whining from Hegseth from this press conference. And you can see why he's being called out, not just by Pope Leo XIV, but everybody. I mean, this guy is an absolute lunatic. Let's play this clip.
The hardened hearts of our press are calibrated only to impugn. I would ask you to open your eyes to the goodness, the historic success of our troops, the courage of this president, and this historic moment for a deal that could end the Iranian nuclear threat, the incredible battlefield victory laid before your eyes, the not one, but 2 incredible rescue missions, miracles.
Oh, look at miracles. We need to take care of Donald Trump and get his punk ass out of office. We need to invoke the 25th Amendment. Donald Trump is threatening the Pope. This is what happened. The Pope came on TV and started to criticize Trump. Now, the bomb threat arrived 3 days after President Trump launches a broadside against Pope Leo on Truth Social. On Sunday night, April the 13th, Trump called the Pope weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy after Leo criticized the U.S.-Israel war in Iran. Trump claimed credit for Leo's election to the papacy. If I wasn't in the White House, Leo wouldn't be in the Vatican. What kind of shit is that? In the same post, Trump singled out the Pope's other brother, Louis Provost of Port Charlotte, Florida. That's the one with the bomb. I like his brother. Louis is much better than his brother. Tell you what, put the handcuffs on that bitch Trump. Lock his motherfucking ass up.
He was very much against what I'm doing with regard to Iran, and you cannot have a nuclear Iran. Pope Leo would not be happy with the end result. You have hundreds of millions of people dead, and it's not going to happen. So I can't. I think he's very weak on crime and other things. So I'm not. I mean, he went public. I'm just responding to Pope Leo. And you know, his brother is a big MAGA person, and he's a great guy, Louis. And I said I like Louis better than I like the Pope. The other thing is he didn't like what we're doing with respect to Iran, but Iran is wants to be a nuclear nation so they can exterminate the world. Not going to happen.
Oh, look at miracle. Cocaine Pete Hegseth came to the media today and tried to justify all the war crimes that him and Donald Trump committed by putting a Bible verse in it. We don't want to hear that shit now, you hypocrite. Turn his punk ass around. Lock his mother...
You see, the Pharisees, the so-called and self-appointed elites of their time, they were there to witness, to write everything down, to report. But their hearts were hardened. Even though they witnessed a literal miracle, it didn't matter. They were only there to explain away the goodness in pursuit of their agenda. As the passage ends, the Pharisees went out and immediately held counsel against him, how to destroy him. I sat there in church and I thought, our press are just like these Pharisees.
Oh, look at miracle. Cocaine Pete Hegseth is a war criminal. He's a man who's been accused of sexual assault, a failed Fox News anchor broadcaster. This son of a bitch then got on national TV and started spitting Bible verses. He's a hypocrite. He's a fake Christian. He's a buffoon. He's a fucking clown. This son of a bitch then killed multiple motherfucking people in the motherfucking shrimp boats and claiming they was cartel. There wasn't no motherfucking cartel. There was shrimp boats, you son of a bitch. You knew what the fuck you was doing when you done it. You and Donald Trump, Stephen Miller, Marco Rubio, Pam Bundy, and the rest of you motherfuckers that was up there bombing motherfucking shrimp boats. Put the handcuffs on them bastards. Turn they punk ass around. Lock all they motherfucking ass up. Lock them all up. Lock them all up. Lock them all up.
Tonight, President Trump defending striking a boat allegedly carrying drugs to the U.S. twice in early September.
I want those boats taken out. And if we have to, we'll attack on land also, just like we attack on sea. And there's very little coming in by sea. I think we've knocked out over 90% of it.
2 people initially survived, and the administration says the decision for a second strike, killing all on board, was made by Admiral Frank Bradley. Today, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said even though he watched the first part of the attack live, he'd moved on to his next meeting before the second strike.
Admiral Bradley made the correct decision to ultimately sink the boat and eliminate the threat. We have his back, and the American people are safer because narco-terrorists know you can't bring drugs through the water.
Take absolutely nothing for granted, and we welcome the opportunity to talk to any senator that wants to talk to us.
Did you sexually assault a woman in Monterey, California?
I have, as far as the media is concerned, I'll keep this very simple. The matter was fully investigated, and I was completely cleared, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you very much.
Can you address concerns about your lack of pen? Sir, about the police report.
Oh, look at miracle. Donald Trump got MAGA Mike Johnson out of Shreveport, Louisiana, the country son of a bitch, to get up on national TV to criticize the motherfucking Pope. He's a fucking hypocrite. Kick him in his ass. Lock his motherfucking...
I'm not one to criticize clerics and religious leaders. We defend free speech. We certainly defend the right to free exercise of religion. And, a pontiff or any religious leader can say anything they want, but obviously if you wade into political waters, I think you should expect some political response, and I think the Pope's received some of that. I was taken a little bit aback, just honestly, frankly, by something that was said. I think he said several days back that something about those who engage in war, that Jesus doesn't hear their prayers or something. It is a very well settled matter of Christian theology. There's something called the just war doctrine. There's a time to every purpose under heaven. I think what the president's comments, what the vice president's comments reflect is their understanding deep in the skiff and the classified briefings of the stakes that are so high and the situation that we're facing, and the fact that you had the nation that was the largest sponsor of terrorism having had that ability taken away from them.
Oh, look, America, I want y'all to beware of these fake-ass Christians, these fucking Christian nationalists. Republican Party getting up there with a cross on their neck, from Caroline Leavitt on down to that bitch Pam Bundy, and get up here with a cross on their neck and then go with Donald Trump on the bad shit and criticize the motherfucking Pope on the other. These are fake Christians. These people need to be locked the fuck up. Everybody in Republican Party that's taking up for Donald Trump against the fucking Pope, a godly man, and y'all worshiping Donald Trump, fuck y'all. Put the handcuffs on each and one of them bastards. Turn all they motherfucking ass around. Pope, I want you to stand right here, Mr. Pope. Put the handcuffs on his ass. Lock his motherfucking ass up. And this for you, Mr. Pope. I'm going to kick him in his ass. And then lock his motherfucking ass up. Lock his partner.
President Donald Trump has doubled down on his criticisms of Pope Leo. He posted on Truth Social, quote, "Will someone please tell Pope Leo that Iran has killed at least 42,000 innocent, completely unarmed protesters in the last 2 months, and that for Iran to have a nuclear bomb is absolutely unacceptable." The president has been waging a war of words with the pontiff. Trump previously posted that the Pope was weak on crime and accused him of catering to the radical left. Pope Leo responded, saying that he had no fear of the Trump administration and would continue preaching the gospel.
Oh, look, America. What makes Donald Trump think that by sitting MAGA Mike Johnson out of Shreveport, Louisiana, the country son of a bitch, the Speaker of the House of the Republican Party, to come out and criticize the Pope? How the fuck a man like MAGA Mike Johnson, a fake Christian, can criticize a Pope? It doesn't make no sense. So furthermore, MAGA Mike Johnson, you know what we can do with your pussy ass, huh? You cross-dressing Morphodite. We can put the handcuffs on him. Turn his punk ass around. Kick him in his ass. Lock his motherfucking ass up. And every motherfucking Republican that come out here trying to design some bullshit up to criticize the motherfucking Pope. Fuck all y'all. Lock all the bastards up. MAGA Mike Johnson and the rest of you nasty son of a bitches, you fucking hip.
So J.D. Vance has entered the chat and is offering the world's Catholics proof that he just might be as politically toxic as his caricature suggests, this time by extending Donald Trump's war with the Catholic Church and the world's first American Pope. Vance, who was going to release a book about converting to Catholicism in 2 months, taking his turn in the ring against Pope Leo after Donald Trump managed to anger religious leaders inside his own political coalition. Vance lobbed shut up and dribble like insults at the Pope by suggesting the Pope stick to the moral stuff.
I certainly think that in some cases it would be best for the Vatican to stick to matters of morality, to stick to matters of what's going on in the Catholic Church, and let the President of the United States stick to dictating American public policy. But when they're in conflict, they're in conflict. I don't worry about it too much, Brett. I think it's a natural thing. I'm sure it'll happen in the future, and it's not that big of a deal that it happened in the past.
Really? Because that's the same J.D. Vance who said this 6 months ago.
I think the most important principle that we have got to remember is you do not have to completely kick God out of the public square, which is what we've done in modern America. It's not what the founders wanted. It's not good for the United States of America. And anybody who tells you it's required by the Constitution is lying to you.
Oh, Look, America, Donald Trump just crashed out on the White House lawn. He is mad. The son of a bitch gonna lie and say that survivors of the Epstein file people didn't want to come to the stand and under oath. That's a fucking lie. Lock his motherfucker.
I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm reclaiming my time.
be
I got your
released.
answer. You said there's no evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please stop the clock.
Stop the clock. The legislation. This is
I'd like to reclaim my time belongs to the gentleman from California. Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you, here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide.
Oh, look, America, Donald Trump is panicking. Melania Trump then already went up there, and you know she gonna crack in a minute. We gonna hurry up and get that bitch. But check it out. Now, you notice fucking Epstein survivor girls already want to come in Congress in plain view under oath to tell a motherfucking story. But Donald Trump punk ass just went over here on national TV, and these are the words that the reporter said to Donald Trump. Reporter, do you believe there should be a public hearing for more of these Epstein survivors? Now Trump said, I'm okay with that, but I understand the woman didn't want to go under oath. That's what I heard, that the victims or whatever, they refused to go under oath. He's a lie. Turn his ass around. Put the handcuffs on him. Lock his motherfucking ass up. Him and his whole motherfucking administration there, all the motherfuckers that's in there.
Donald Trump just crashed out on the White House lawn during a disastrous press conference. He decided to disparage the Epstein victims and survivors during this press conference and said, I heard they didn't want to testify under oath. I was surprised that they just didn't want to share their story. He continued to attack Pope Leo XIV. He said that gas prices weren't high. When he was asked about a ceasefire, he's like, with who? Between the United States and Iran, sir? Clearly demonstrating more signs of cognitive decline. Let me show you what just went down on the White House lawn moments ago. He was asked by a reporter, do you believe there should be a public hearing for more Epstein survivors? Here's what Donald Trump said. Play this clip.
The First Lady last week called on Congress to further look into and uncover the truth on the Epstein files, the Epstein saga. Do you believe that there should be a public hearing for more of these Epstein survivors?
Well, I'm okay with it. I think we've had a lot of public hearings. I'm okay with it, but I understand that the women didn't want to go under oath. That's what I heard, that the women, the victims or whatever, they refused to go under oath, which was a little surprising. So Melania felt strongly about it because she was accused of that I met her through Epstein, but it turned out to be totally false. It was a false story.